talking about the victims that are still going through this right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. Why you running?
I got a new move for you.
What is it?
I can teach guys and even women how to pose for a full body shot.
Okay, come on, show it to me.
Should I do it now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, no, keep it open, keep it open. Okay, so everybody stand up. Can everybody stand up?
We're not talking about the victims that are still going through the right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve, music. Harvey, why you running? I got a new move for you. What is it? I can teach guys and even women how to pose for a full body shot. Okay, come on, show it to me. Should I do it now? Oh, okay, alright, no, keep it open, okay, so everybody stand up. Can everybody stand up? Just when you think Hollywood can't get any messier, you're hit with new creepy bombshell revelations that change everything you thought you knew about it. I mean, who would have thought Tyra Banks would get exposed as being a pimp? For industry elites like Steve Harvey, chilly, this 2024 steamroll looks like it's going to touch everybody, even your faves. Tyra Banks recently got exposed for being one of the suppliers of women and children for those insane Diddy parties where they get it sawed and traumatized for life. Allegedly, Tyra used her show and position as host of America's Next Top Model to get access to women that she would then pimp off to men who need them for their freak-offs. And get this, apparently Tyra has a special contract with Steve Harvey where he gets to select the best of the women she has in her catalog before she offers them to anyone else. It's wild and insane to think about, so we need to break this down real quick. Diddy's been a menace since making the band. When he made them, people leave us. He's been a menace. Tyra is a menace like Tyra Banks. Yeah, I believe it. Like, oh, you have long pretty hair, bald, oh, your bald-headed wig. Like, she was so mean to the girls, like she gave bully energy. Oh, for real. Yes, I feel like that was like, I'm not defending her at rude, right, but I feel like that's the industry, you know. My mom, like, I used to do pageants and stuff, and my mom always used to make me like watch it, and she's like, don't you want to be on her show? And I was like, absolutely. The not so Tyra Banks recently started going viral after a Diddy whistleblower named Allison Carter named her and Steve Harvey, along with many other celebrities who were allegedly selling kids to Diddy for his wild freak-off parties. Okay, we know every Tom and Harry has had something to say about Diddy and his so-called freak-offs, and now it's not even clear what is true or what isn't any longer. However, Ally Carter has been calling out Diddy and his associates for years now. I'm talking way before the lawsuits, before the federal raid, before the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, before all that. Ally has revealed that she is also a victim of Diddy's FOSS, and she blamed Child Protection Services for being in bed with these celebrities. According to her, one of the main ways Diddy and his people get access to children is through Child Protection Services. Her main concern has always been the horrific things kids are made to do at the parties. But I was a kid, and all of this situation, everything that we're talking about, everything that I've been talking about, I was under the age of 18. Let's start there. Okay, I was sold a lot in foster care. A lot of stuff happened in my life with the family I was with. CPS reports go back to 3 months old. I remember 4 years old, and everything took off from there. Oh, and Allison has always named names. Earlier this year, Ally did an affidavit of truth where she named dropped celebrities like Birdman, Denzel Washington, Diddy, and Young Jock. She also described how those parties usually went down. According to her, children were used as body cakes, meaning the kids would lie on the table, and people would put food on them, and the partygoers would eat off the naked kids. Here's how the party usually started. Once everyone was searched and inside, the DJ sounded the music and the lights flashed, signaling that everyone was in, and the doors were closed. This signaled that the orgy could begin. The kids that had been bought at the party were bought to be party favors. The party favors basically meant that the kids were set on a table and had to wait for people to come choose them for X. Once they were done having X, the kids were placed back on the party favor table, and someone else could then come and pick them out from the table and repeat the process. Hold on to your edges, guys, because it gets much worse. According to the document, there were fetishes happening everywhere, and they kind of separated them into areas where specific were happening. For instance, the fetish of having X in blood was in one area, while having X with animals was in another area. People were just in a crazed and X frenzy. There were outlying doors around the edges of the room. Some of the doors were shut, but you could still see the food X table, the party favor table, and many other things. There were different types of X parties happening in different areas of the house. Ollie then described one particular incident where a comedian at one of the parties complained that after his performance there was no one for him to F backstage, so they offered Ally to him, and he broke the no and LX rule and did it with her anyway. And just laughed. She said I screamed for my handler pimp. Everyone was laughing and I ended up getting in trouble. I was then told to have EX on the table with the girl who was my age. Then they brought in donkeys and burros and we had to have X with them. There were several girls that had to have X with animals while everyone watched another girls, and I ended up throwing up afterward, and they rubbed our faces in each other's vomit as a punishment. Guys, the horror. Can you imagine being a kid and getting scarred for life because grown men and women with too much money feel like they can get away with anything? What's crazy is that according to Ally, she and her family got in trouble because of her speaking up after she first went viral. She lost her home and struggled to get her life back on track. However, that didn't stop her from speaking her truth though. In a recent interview she dropped some new names of celebrities who not only participated in these parties but were directly involved in procuring the children used for those sick ritualistic orgies. And of course one of the names Ally mentioned was Tyra Banks. The day he was arrested I left a place that I was in minding my own business, finally trying to stop for a second and get my life back. And you know what, I'm not even upset about that. I'm upset about the fact that I have to walk back into this place and I have to tell you all goodbye. So if you know who I am and you know me as Justice, you know I'm about to walk into this building and tell you I got to go. Nobody ever thinks about the victims. Nobody. The victims' lives get turned around when the predators' lives want to just get announced. You slap them on the wrist and you bring up every source of trauma for the victim, but nobody wants to stop and think about that. We're not talking about the victims that are still going through the right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Hart. Why you running? You know what a part of me feels like. You know what, good. Run, cause then you get to see how it feels to have to jump and throw everything that you give a damn about away for 2 seconds. Get a moment of peace for not a damn moment, not a moment of peace. You take it and you run with it. Tyra Banks is as controversial as they come, and she has been linked to many of the most problematic men in the industry. For instance, Tyra and Diddy have been very close friends for a long time, sending each other gifts, appearing in the same industry events and running in similar circles. Tyra also used to be a frequent guest at Diddy's white parties, so there's speculation that she probably got the invite to the more exclusive after parties. Now according to sources, Tyra shares an even closer bond with Steve Harvey. As we said before, Ollie Carter named Steve Harvey alongside Tyra Banks as the people who used to attend the freak-offs together. Tyra has appeared in many interviews with Steve and they always appear to be very friendly with each other, sharing jokes and banter as usual. You go freestyle, rap freestyle. What I got to say to you, okay Mr. Aubrey. Know what, no wonder he put Drake on the album cover. However, if word on the street is anything to go by, then Tyra and Steve's relationship goes way deeper than that. Allegedly Tyra is Steve's personal plug for women, and she would often supply him with sometimes girls that weren't exactly legal, yet nothing like a little pimping between friends to strengthen the friendship. When these rumors started going around, it wasn't that difficult to believe Tyra would be involved in something as shady as that. I mean, her reputation isn't exactly squeaky clean. To begin with, Tyra is the brain behind the famous reality TV show America's Next Top Model and another show named after her, the Tyra Banks Show. Now of course she has had a very successful and colorful career, but between Top Model and the Tyra Banks Show, Tyra has earned a mean girl reputation. Former contestants on Top Model have opened up about how horribly Tyra treated them and the types of weird things she allowed to pass on the show in the name of being controversial, things like body shaming, homophobia, sexism, and even racism. The irony is that Tyra said she created this show to be different and challenge industry norms. The modeling industry can be very toxic and unwelcoming of change, so at the time Tyra seemed like a revolutionary. However, some of the clips from the show started going viral recently and Tyra faced serious backlash for just how unhinged some of the things she allowed to go into the show were. For example, there's this one clip that has been going around where Tyra is asking a gay contestant to be like less gay, or something out like I'm gay and I'm really proud of it. I think there's a certain thing of being proud, like I'm